Hey guys, it is Matt from Armstrong Gaming here. We are back again with Borderlands the pre-sequel. We are having a look at... Sorry, I've just had a small little error. Just ignore me for a second. So, we're just doing a little bit of shopping and so forth, and just clearing up the inventory before we start going on to Concordia. At least that's how I think you pronounce it. Anyway, so yeah, another badass rank. What are we going to pick? We're going to pick... yeah, regeneration rate. Nice one. Alright, so this video is going to take us all the way up to whereabouts the Merif comes into the game. I've mentioned the Merif in one of the early videos, so that's no spoiler there, but I don't want to go any further than that because the video's length is going to be too long. It's already a 20-minute, almost 21-minute clip. Trying to keep them low. Alright, so here we are, we've got this chest thing where you get to pick up this Shock Nova shield. Now, I've had issues with this quest the second time around because that door won't open and Janie won't help you. I don't know what they're doing about it, but yeah, a little annoying. So, I'll walk you through it. I didn't have the cleanest of times doing this quest when I did it the first time. I didn't quite understand exactly what I was meant to do. So inside the room there's 5 security points. You're meant to do a release of Shock Nova and hit all 5. You need to stand in the dead center of this room while your shock goes off. And it just happens to be one of those ones where you've got to get everything right.
Gave me a sexy scar on my stomach. I know you likely didn't want to hear that claptrap, but I didn't want my girlfriend to strand me on the moon with no food and a raging lady boner. Life is full of compromises.
Alright, so I went silent there so you guys could hear Janie's text. It refers to her sexuality and her preferences, and while I have no issues regardless one way or the other to her sexuality, it is nice to see that more and more games are putting out there that there is more than one type of sexuality and sexual preference amongst the people, which is a good thing to see. I wholeheartedly support all levels of equality. And an epic failed jump there, just to change the mood a little. Alright, cool, so you can see my failed driving, and I hope that's entertaining. I don't want to dwell on the topics of gender equality and everything like that. I'm pro gender equality. If you're not, that's cool, it's your opinion, I'm not going to force it upon you. But let's move on. We're talking about games here. Cool, so let's get a new vehicle and let's do this quest. Alright, so annoyingly enough, when you die in that spot you go back a zone. So you literally have to go through 2 cutscenes to get back to that same jump. Thought they could have done a bit better of a job there. Maybe putting a spawn spot on this side of the jump, and also maybe a car point. Something I talked about in my Borderlands 2 videos with the stash. For those of you who are sitting along hoping that the transfer between characters continues through, I can confirm that it does. And I can also confirm they have not improved it. Yeah, Borderlands 2K do a lot of things right. That's one thing they do wrong. In my honest opinion, what the F? Unhappy about it, been unhappy about it throughout my Borderlands 2 career. Unhappy about it in my pre-sequel career already. All they really need to do is put in a little bit so you can expand it using moon tokens or iridium in the game, and it increases by 1 every time. Like, not hard to add a little bit to it. Alright, cool. So you see there I've hit 3 of 5 and then it's just dropped down to 0 of 5. So I'm going to go back to Torment Quest. As your Swiss shield goes blank and Nova's, try and stand in the center of the room. I'm standing a bit too close to the doohickey, the vault. The little electrical fence there. Should be standing about where I am now in the middle here. Throw a grenade on the ground if those guys don't take you down. Yeah, I'm standing too close to it thinking that's the only thing I need to bring down, not noticing that it's only 5.
Punch yourself in the face. You can't do that last one.
Janie puts in some help and... yeah, she suggests that you punch yourself in the face, which you can't actively do in this game. Alright, so let's get some heals and let's do this again. How I do it in the end, because you'll notice there's a security camera just there above the little item of the day. They're what you need to take out along with that field. So you can stand next to the field until the Nova goes, but it releases Novas until the shield's recharged. So if you go up, drop your shields, step back really quickly into the middle of the room. See me trying to do it with a grenade now. Grenade doesn't quite take me down on my shields. And because of all my badass ranks and so forth, I literally... my shields recharge too quickly. So I hold out, give up my life there, and hope to do it on the second attempt. A little annoying, but you know, these things happen. Alright, so... Alright, so Borderlands, the pre-sequel's obviously changed my sequence and schedule for delivering videos. I'm still trying to maintain a video a day. In some cases I'll do multiple. I hope that's acceptable. I hope people are happy. I wanted to put out the new game as quickly as possible. There's already people well ahead of where I am, and while that doesn't surprise me, I was hoping to get a couple out real early. So here we go. We go with the grenade again. Boom. Doesn't quite take me down. I don't suggest a grenade, because you're just wasting resources. Got 4 out of 5 that time. Not quite there. Try it again. I've got the right idea now. Stand dead in the middle of the center. Done.
Shouldn't have put my password in the safe. Silly me. Anyway, come on back whenever.
So yeah,
Much about lasers?
Janie's a little silly. She's a pretty decent character, and while I'm out and about, I switch quests. So yeah, pretty much one of those things of where you're doing side quests, just do multiple in a go. I know that I try and do a quest a video and so forth, and this is going to be one of those exceptions where I do like 3 quests in one session.
Seems excessive, but I like his energy.
Alright, so there we see Torgue butting in. He's a big Budinsky. He basically wants the light retainer destroyed because he feels like it's emasculating him, would be the best way to put it. As I've said before, I'm not the biggest fan of Torgue weaponry. I'm going the laser gun. I end up spending moon rocks to get my laser guns up even further. Standing right behind the laser guns. Let's go lasers. Let's return the thing. There is a drop point off to the side just after you pick up the laser stuff. You can just whoop it in there. Press the Y button for drop if you're using an Xbox 360 or Xbox One controller. And yeah, actually I don't even know if this game's out on Xbox One. I don't know. This is what happens when you get a PC game and trying to do, you know, reviews for Xbox One. Anyway, so yeah, this jump, not the way to get over there. Just don't do it. You probably can. I can't. Because cost me a couple of lives and a little bit of cash, especially very early on in a game when cash is hard to come by in terms of amounts. It's not like a late game where you pick up millions at a time. But yeah, don't do that jump. It's a stupid jump. There is a better one that's got a better lip. You get better air. Just everything about it's better. I shoot a little bit late, and you can see I fall a little shy.
Sorry for rambling, Vault Hunter.
Yeah, unfortunately, there Janie repeats herself and then says sorry for rambling. Interesting. Like, I literally thought as soon as that popped off that we'd actually have to listen to her sorry about a 60 scar on her stomach again. I was like, oh, that's obviously a glitch in the game. And then she apologised. I was like, oh, maybe the game's a bit more advanced than I'm giving it credit. Here we go. We pop it off nice and early. It fails on us halfway through a jump. And I'm not sure if it was one of those things where I popped it off too early. But yeah, you can see my multiple deaths from my bad driving. I think and I hope this is the one where I actually jump over it correctly. Anyway, we're about halfway through this video. Hope you're not sick of my voice already. Try and keep it entertaining for you. Alright, so we're looking at the other way across now, which is good. I'll start trying to record these videos live and you guys can hear me scream like a little girl, a little boy, whatever you want to refer to me as, while I die horribly as Claptrap. So here's the better jump. You can see that is a much better lip, but you've got less of a run up. The lip is all that really matters, and you can get the height that you need to get across safely. Didn't even power boost. Oh no, I did, sorry. Alright, so here we are, we're across, we're finally there. See that rubble there to my left? That's what you want to be targeting at. So, doing what I'm doing doesn't actually aggravate them. You need the special quest weapon. So you go into your inventory, it's there under quest mission weapons, equip it, it's got fire, and boom, one shot will do it. You only need one and the game won't let you get more than one. So he'll roll at you, and you can see that the rubble's green now. Just, yep, he'll antagonize, and then you just jump over the top of him. There he goes. He's got a bit of a graphic that helps it out. Didn't quite get it that time, so I attempt to jump over him. So I'm going to pull him away to give me a bit more time. So he does his little breath thing in front of you. It gives you the graphic to show you the target line that he is attacking with. And here we go, here we go, here we go. Jump! Got it. Alright, cool. I'm going to kill him. Why not? It's experience. Cool. And then jump in. Pick up the light reactor from there. Click. Done.
Why? Because I resent laser guns and I'm super good at holding grudges. It's a serious personality problem. Just drop the light reactor into some lava.
Oh, I kind of feel sorry for the big bag of muscles. You can get the reactor to me or destroy it for Torgue. I'll still like it either way.
And bad driving yet again. Yeah, so look, you can do either one. Yeah, it's not like one of those games where you've got actual standing in between people, where you'll lose quests because you've done another one. Janie still likes you regardless. I don't know if you gain any quests from doing Torgue's stuff. I'm still yet to do Torgue's version of this quest. I'm sure there's other YouTube channels out there that have done it and will do it because they like Torgue weaponry for all the explodey goodness. I'm not a big fan of the bullet speed. That is literally the main reason. The bullet speed is too slow, and you usually have to shoot at the ground in front of them to do the explosion properly. And you'll see me actually use it against the boss later on with quite a high amount of efficiency with a shotgun with Torgue explosive rounds.
Except for the part where I don't do anything.
Anyway, so we return the light emitter there, and where's Janie? Oh no, we returned it over here. I'm going to let this bit play through, alright? So, just after this bit, you can see me here. Fan of the flow. Here's the old one. The new one does fire. And I like it. So, listen to what Torgue's saying.
I really do like explosions. You're great.
light strips. You guys know what I mean.
Please go away, Torgue.
Fair enough. Well.
For Steph. Can't believe.
Really happy with that recant there from Torgue.
Got that.
For those of you who couldn't quite hear what he said that friend zoning is an imaginary misogynistic way of looking at friendships and relationships between the genders. Really happy with that recant. I really like the way 2K handles a lot of equality, gender, sexuality preference issues. They are doing really good things in that regard in terms of video gaming. Could not speak higher of 2K for their commitment to these things and issues at this point in time. Alright, so here we are. We're moving on towards Concordia now that we've done enough of the quests in this area. With a bit about jumping aside, we move through to the next zone called Concordia. Concordia is the main town on Alphys and is where we're going to find the Merif. Okay, so Jack's given us a little update of our mission just to remind us what's going on. We got to find Huckster, who's the Merif, and he will help us out. But for the meantime, we need to clear customs. Let's go and see how customs is run in Concordia. Concordia, home of the things when the Merif and the people and the stuff and the horrible, horrible customs.
That's far enough, Buster.
Just give him the...
Entry paper.
Yeah,
And make
laser.
it snappy. Chop chop. Where did you learn customer service? You're a very rude, mother trucker. You're in violation of the verbal space morality statute. You just got a ticket. But I said mother trucker. Oh, you just got another. I love rules. They make follow me or you'll get a third ticket.
Should have waited. Would have liked to have seen if you could have just kept the conversation between those two going.
Yes, this is Concordia.
I forgot to do it again on my second playthrough, so I'm unaware. I'm going to have to wait till my third one.
Give him the Orbitron. Things
Yeah,
are
I'd like to see if that's one of the things 2K's done, where they've put in enough dialogue that can handle a couple of minutes worth of back and forth between these two characters. They actually bleep out
You're on your own now.
Athena. She actually goes to say the F word twice. Impressed with that. Claptrap, as you see, says mother trucker, not the other obvious one.
Obey my commands.
Yeah, alright, so here we meet Nurse Nina. She meant you good, yeah.
Move when being
Yeah. Yeah, as I've said before, they got rid of Dr. Zed. Sad, but so far, Nurse Nina's kind of cool. Alright, so you need to move in this decontamination pad. I've stood in it in my second playthrough for a couple of minutes. Nothing happened until you moved, and it comes up complete once you moved. Because you need to be hurt so she can heal you. Make sense now? Cool, hope you got it. Anyway.
Here, take.
Yes, Nurse Nina, she loves babies.
When hurt again,
Um, She's not as creepy as Dr. Zed. Really liked it in, the DLC of number 1 when he was Dr. Ned, not Dr. Zed, and he did this whole zombie thing. Oh man, I don't play horror games for a reason. That scared me. Just a little bit. It was the music and everything. The atmosphere was done perfectly. Alright, so we're going to go up and meet the Merif. And then there's going to be the next part of it, and I'm going to stop it just shy of that, and we're going to pick it up from there because I don't want to spoil too much at this point. So you're going to have to wait for the next video to work out what that spoiler is, but if you're a smart cookie and you know what's going on and you've played the other Borderlands games, you should know what's about to happen next. Leave a comment down below if you know what's going to happen and you know who we're going to meet. because yeah, big props for Nolan.
This is definitely going the wrong way. And at velocity
Alright, so we're coming to the end. Remember, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave comments. I appreciate it. I try to respond to every comment.
We hope you enjoyed your bureaucratic interaction.
And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Borderlands the pre-sequel. I'm Matt from Armstrong Gaming. Happy gaming, guys. Good night.